Hey everybody, so I'm back again with another sketchbook video. So, first I want to make an announcement. My lame cool Batman villain zine is officially out. This is 8-page, fully illustrated. It's done in ink and watercolor, and it's available on Gumroad as either digital or digital plus a physical copy. And that's just for, I think I have it set at like $4. It's like choose your own price, 4 plus, so. That's out now, and I'm really excited about it. Originally, I was planning on recording myself drawing, like sketching it and then inking it, and scanning and watercoloring and everything. But then what ended up happening was that I started working on it and then I just did not record it because I was too busy drawing it, so that's not there. But I am thinking of doing us like sitting down and like making a zine from start to finish with my wrestling zine, the Wrestler Drag Queen zine. And I am working on development for that, so that'll be something I'm working on soon. So that's that for that. So, you know, link in the description. Please look. So then let's get into the meat of the video, this sketchbook. So, this is actually not a sketchbook. I'm not sure if I mentioned before, but sometimes I will use old books and I'll draw on those instead of buying a sketchbook. And this is one of those. The Russian language department at my school was throwing out some books, and this was one of them. Now, so I started this in November 2019 and ended up in February 6th of 2020, so just a couple weeks ago. Off camera. So this one was, I was in class, but I was doing a lot of kind of goofing around. So there's a mixture of like class stuff and then personal stuff. So a lot of this is some Hunter x Hunter fan art. I don't know, I think I started watching and I just really liked it. I tried to get my sister to watch it. She wasn't as into it as I was, although I haven't finished the available episodes just because some of it's on Hulu, but it's not dubbed, and I know subs are usually kind of more accurate, and plus the acting, you kind of get the original voice acting, but I like to watch the show while I do other things, so I can't like stare at it the whole time. So I like dubs, so I can kind of listen, know what's going on. These are some drawings I did in one of my art club, in the art club I'm in, Art Sphere, student art group. I mentioned it before. I think we were just hanging out drawing, and I had brought some of my markers. Just kind of messing around. Shadow. Here's Sonic. There's a couple Sonics in here, I think. Not sure why. Yeah, see? Another Sonic. Oops, sorry, I hit that thing. Some of my OCs. They always look different every time I draw them. Just stay off the side here. Roscoe and Reed. Then some chipmunks. Always with the chipmunks. I think this is a fun guy. I like this dramatic lighting on his face. And these two again. I never did decide their relationship. I think they're dating. I was hanging out at my friend's house and I was drawing his like house. The piano, a fireplace. Ooh, this is a fun one. We were drawing, there was like 3 of us, and we would pass the book around, and each person would add something. These are actually some really these guys are really fun. I love this one. I love his little hand poses that like kind of it's not like a salute, but it's I don't know, I think it's sometimes in paintings of Jesus he'll have a similar pose, like saints. They'll have that kind of pose. And another Sonic. Another Sonic. So many Sonics. I think we started losing steam around here. That's the last one. Here I'm doing sketches for a paper mache overhead mask. It's still in my room, that mask. I kind of lost steam on it. But I do want to get back to it. It was a cool thing. Here's some drawings of... I was watching Trick or Treat. That movie. It's a fun little movie. It's kind of funny. I don't know. It's got like a fun, like, kind of cheesy, gory Halloween movie vibe. It's fun. And then this is from My Bloody Valentine, which sucks. It's not like it's cheesy and it's like fun to watch. It's just kind of like unbearably boring. I found it kind of tedious. Although I did like the outfits of the killer's outfit. It's a pretty cool look. Now here's my redesign of the Teletubbies. There's more of these. I can kind of walk you through it. I think I somehow was watching some episodes of the Teletubbies for some reason. It was on YouTube and it was like really late, so I decided to watch it instead of doing productive things. And so in this one, what's this one? Tinky Winky? Yeah, Tinky Winky's like really big, and then Poe's really small. So Poe is like the size of a normal human, and then Tinky Winky is like huge, like eldritch horror beast huge. And then Dipsy and Lala are kind of in between sizes. You can kind of see from here. Lala has their names are so goofy. A yellow one, he has a little cloud that he floats around on. And the green one's like kind of stressed out and irritable. Oh, did you know Dipsy's black? According to the Wikipedia page for the Teletubbies, he's like canonically a black person. and then Poe's like Cantonese, which is based on the actress, but I think it's funny that they have races. Because they're just Teletubbies. They're not, they're like, yeah, it's just funny to me. It's kind of different, because it's like, I know you can like code a character to be a different race. That's like a thing. Like Garnet from Steven Universe is coded black, and that's like a very valid, like, you know, part of building a character. But like for these characters that don't have like such a limited dialogue, it's and like such limited like personality traits and like, you know, features separate from each other, it's kind of strange. I'm not against it or anything, I just think it's funny. Black Dipsy. This is from the Wiggles. This is a redraw of a terrible screen cap of the Wiggles. This is Jeff and Murray. I'm glad to hear Greg is doing better. I know he had a heart attack on stage at the relief show. And it's funny because right before that happened, like before the relief show was actually even announced, I had like a major like kick in the Wiggles. I was just watching it like the YouTube channel. I don't know, I watch a lot of kids media. I think it's funny. I think it's easy to watch and kind of easy to absorb. And I love the like sets and stuff. And with the Wiggles is definitely a lot of nostalgia. So here's a comic I made about this guy who's unable to scream. So he's watching this kids show, and the puppet character's like, let's sing song. Let's oh no, it's crossed out. Let's sing about sounds. Yeah. And the kid's like, yeah. And he's looking exhausted. He looks sad. I can talk, you can talk. I can sing, you can sing. And the kids are like, we can sing. And the dog, the puppet's like, I can scream. We can all scream. He shuts the TV off. Puts it down. He's kind of thinking about, we can all scream. Can we all scream? So he tries screaming. He tries again. And he keeps thinking about the stupid puppet talking about we could all scream. He's like, maybe I can't scream. What does that mean? And suddenly his lungs start talking to him. This is kind of random. I wish we could scream. Are we broken? No, we're perfect the way we are. That dinosaur fucking sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I do like the idea of that. That's actually based on my own experiences. I have difficulty projecting my voice, and I learned this in a theater class. I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders, and my throat, and my jaw. So I have a hard time projecting and also talking, because it ends up being like really stressful and like tense for me to talk. Like right now my like jaw is like really tight. Don't know why. I do know why. I have an anxiety disorder. Here's some wrestlers. I'll flip this over so you can see these guys. It's pretty much, these are the same poses repeated. I'm just drawing them a second time for practice. What does I think these are? Maybe they're not. Oh wait, no, yeah. These two are the same, and then these two are the same. That's what's happening. I'm sure you could probably tell that better than I could. Yeah, I think I was getting back into figure drawing. Because I'd been wanting to figure draw, and then also this YouTuber Struthless did a video, and he was talking about one of the best advice he ever got was to just draw the same thing every day, which was just a way of like kind of making himself create every day. And he draws he draws a bird. These birds that he thinks of as like kind of a stand-in for humanity. And I was thinking I could, that seems like a smart idea, so I tried just drawing the same thing every day. So I tried doing wrestlers every day. And it actually was really helpful. For one thing, it takes the thought out of doing art, because you just like, oh, I just do this thing every day. The decision of what to draw is already made up for you, which he mentions in this video. I'm just reiterating. And also like and plus it's something I already liked, so it's figure drawing. And you're kind of getting in that practice. And plus the boredom kind of forces you to be more creative and it helps you figure out what you would rather be doing. That's one of those things, like if you think like, I don't know what to draw, and you're like, oh, then you kind of like think, I'll force myself to draw, I'll do some like landscapes, and as soon as you're like, you think that and you don't like landscapes, you'll think, oh, I don't want to do that, I would rather do X, and then you think, oh, I'll do that then. So that's what that was for me. It was like, I would do that, and then I would be like, oh, I'd rather be doing something else. I'm gonna go do that thing now. And I would have like the motivation to like start doing that. I was already like warmed up, basically. Now here's some, these are more Craig Gleason's Bad Guys Club. So we got Batman again. The zine I mentioned in one of the zine videos starts off, it like ends on Batman, and then I kind of, so then I started again for Batman. Just, I don't know, I found Batman very inspiring. Can't see shit. Okay, yeah, these are pretty great. This is my post-apocalypse persona. It's me. I don't know, this is kind of like self-indulgent, drawing of myself being weird. I think I'm just like, so I'm running away from people, and I'm also for some reason dissecting animals. Kind of some more weird animal gutting shitter. That was it's one of these. And this was the little comic of this guy who's does normal, but then his stomach starts hurting and it stretches out, and his stomach like opens up. Originally it was gonna be that his intestines turned out to be pipes, which they kind of already are, but still. And then it kind of ends with his like torso kind of becoming its own mouth. This is like, I think I've drawn this before. I like the idea of that torso, that stomach, mouth. It's something I've come back to multiple times. Shitter, this is just a toilet. Wedgie boy. This one's my favorite. I started because it's my favorite. I think it's funny. He's like controlling his little propeller thing. We're getting to the, I'm not gonna be in yet. Some cutouts from one of my printmaking projects. Names again. I know someone named Izzy, that's the problem. So I thought, what, Dizzy? Dizzy Gillespie. I keep trying to come up with names for myself. And a lot of them are jazz musicians. Arturo. I name myself Arturo. More wrestlers. This is when I was getting back into inks. I guess I kind of missed inks. It's funny because I hadn't thought I missed inks until it had been like years since I last used inks like kind of consistently. And I was thinking, I used to like love using like watercolor and then inks to a certain extent. And I kind of like came back to it with like, I don't know, it's full of force. Just like, oh, I'm gonna do this now. I'm drawing inks for everything. And it kind of I ended up actually learning how to make my own inks. Recently, this isn't like a long time ago. I was learning how to make inks. I got this book by Jason Logan. about ink making. He like, it's called like Make Ink, a Forger's Guide to Ink Making. I think that's what it's called. I can pull it up when I'm finished with this, but yeah, it's actually, you can actually make ink from pretty much pretty much anything. You can make ink from anything, but the recipes kind of there's like a basic recipe for different materials, and it's like based on your material you can either like crush it up or just boil it or soak it or strain it or whatever to like kind of make a more to make your ink, and you combine it with usually with some kind of binder. I think gum arabic is the big one. So that's what I've been doing. And actually, give me a second. Hey. So this is the book, Make Ink for Natural Ink Making, Jason Logan. So it's a really cool book, and I got it at the library. So you've got all these different, these are like color specific, like they'll be color specific ink recipes. So it's like black walnut ink to get like a brown ink, and then you have alternative sources of brown. But at the beginning there's this, almost there. Yeah, this one, method. This is like a very basic ink making method. And it's really cool. It's like, it kind of frees you up to just kind of grab things off the ground and boil them in an old pot and just make whatever. I just think it's really exciting. So I've made turmeric ink, and that one I didn't actually forage for. I just bought some turmeric from a grocery store. I've made some like blackberry and blueberry ink. It's blackberries and blueberries together. It didn't turn out great. It's kind of a greenish gray, really, at this point. And a lot of the colors do change over time. It depends on the material. And then I made acorn and coffee ink. That was just because I was getting tired of boiling the acorns. I just added some old coffee ground for color. Oh, here's some Al Hirschfeld drawings. There's a book called The Al Hirschfeld Century by David Leopold. It's a really great book. It just has all these illustrations, and it discusses like his kind of Al Hirschfeld's life. I always find Al Hirschfeld's art really like beautiful. He has like such like fantastic like mastery of like line, and there's so few lines, but there's so much like described in it. And that's always something I've been kind of reaching for. So when I was a kid, I always found drawings that were done with like a few lines that could like so quickly describe something really like fascinating. Yeah, some more. These are some boxers actually. I think there's so much energy to boxers. I think I also want to do these with dancers, because these are boxers and wrestlers. But I think dancers would also offer some like great moves, great poses. Coupon. Okay, we're at the end here, but let me just pull out these things in the back. Maybe show something in there. This is less artsy and more just accumulations of things I've kind of found. Mirror mask. This is a recommendation I got. This is an old thing actually. This is from like high school. This substitute teacher kind of recommended me a movie because I think he saw some of my artwork. He thought it was really cool. I feel like a makeup artist. What's up, guys? So this is I was at the Torpedo Factory in Virginia. Sorry, Torpedo Factory. It's an old torpedo factory that's now an art. I guess it's like art studios. So there's like a bunch of different studios for different artists, and they'll like, I think they rent the space and then they work and they sell their art. And this is from a card I got from one of the artists. This is kind of garbage actually. Well, I mean, if you're one of my for an English class, we're doing presentations on our art and kind of our lives and stuff. It could have been about anything, but one of the people was presenting on her job she had at Disney. Santa Barbara Museum of Art. This is also kind of old. I think I was doing some cleaning, and I kind of shoved a bunch of random bits and bobs in there. friend made this for me, a little Valentine's card. And this is in Korean. This is one of those, it's by the Chick Publications, Chick.com. So this is, I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but these are these little comics about the Bible, basically. It's kind of, I don't know if it's trying to convert you, but I think it's trying to get you more in touch with God. And I have a version of this in English, but the art is completely different. And so when I saw this in Korean, for one thing, how many Koreans actually need to be converted to Christ? What? Not to be, I'm half Korean, and every like elderly Korean person I know was like very Christian. So and I feel like there's a pretty strong Christian Korean community. I don't know how much they knew this, but I just thought it was so like, I mean, I think the morals of this are kind of sketchy. A lot of these comics have pretty shady stories and pretty kind of suspicious ways of presenting the Bible. And even I'm not a Christian, but I do kind of recognize that there are things that are one, inaccurate, and B, just morally reprehensible. But I got this for the art, and also I thought I could, practice my Korean. My Korean's pretty bad, so I thought I could read some more. So that's all I got for this one. Thanks for sticking around so long. But thank you for coming through and watching the video. If you're interested in seeing my zine video, I'm working on some more zine videos. And I'll have some more sketchbook tours in the future, just as I finish sketchbooks. This is my most recently finished sketchbook. Please feel free to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. I guess I should come up with a question. Is there any like children's show that you find you watch now as an adult? Or I guess not all of you are adults, but now that you're kind of out of the age range of that show. Are there any like shows that you find yourself watching? Just based off of my fixation with the Teletubbies and also the Wiggles. So yeah, thank you for coming by. Check out my zine. It's on Gumroad in the description. I keep saying that. It's important to me. But thank you for coming by. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. I will see you, and you'll see me in the next video. Bye.